All right, cool. So, got it to start. So yeah, today's AMA, I'm gonna just give an overview of the things that we are planning, that we have coming up. And so every Sunday I post in Weekly News about the weekly news. And so we have a lot of like new collaborations that are coming up. And like over the past couple of weeks, we've been trying to organize ourselves more as a DAO-like structure. So how can we not only like make and create our digital fashion collections, how can we start to work with each other? So that's something that's still in the process of being created, but we are one step closer with the announcement I want to share today. Let's see. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm kind of, it seems like it's freezing a bit. Maybe it's just my internet.
Shash, you're muted. In case you wanted to say something, but I can hear you well.
Yeah? Okay. Cool.
I'm sitting in a cafe. I might talk and you just don't realize it.
Yeah, maybe it's the internet. Cool. So I'm just going to go through the updates.
There, you're muted.
It's okay? No?
Oh, Lauren, yeah.
Okay.
I cannot hear you either.
Oh no. It's like so many problems with Discord lately, actually.
What's happening?
Can you hear me now?
There is, I can hear you, Stella. Can you hear me?
I can hear Glenn.
Hear you, but I cannot hear Lauren.
No?
Yeah, Lauren is, okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let me try to leave and come back.
No.
No? Maybe now it's okay? Can you hear me now? Test. Can you hear me? It's okay.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Now we can see you. Say something.
Test.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, well, let's see. Let's hope it keeps working. I think it's my computer. So, weekly announcements. Hi, Fight007. Nice to have you. Welcome. I'm just going through our weekly announcements that we have every Sunday. So, let me open my tab again so I can refer to it. If you want to read along, it's in, it's right under guidelines if you happen to want to also have a visual. So, okay. So then, like, starting with events that we have coming up. So we recently were accepted into Digital Fashion Week New York. The main thing that we'll do with that is showing our film again. So the first kind of like big season. So we take two concepts every year that are around this idea of activism. How do we use our platform and digital fashion to repair and like bring change to the real physical world? And so our first cause is around e-waste. And so e-waste is basically because products aren't made circularly, all of these like electronics like phones, computers are just thrown away and then a lot of time end up in third world countries where they're really damaging and polluting to the environment. So it's a really big, difficult problem. So it's not an easy place to start. But we have a couple of nonprofit organizations who we're working with to create kind of like a call to action around that. So how do we use our collections not only to be inspired by it, but then also to bring awareness to the problem, as well as have an opportunity for people to donate to these organizations that need funding as well. So that is like why we made our film. And so the film is called Future eShock, and I posted the link in the weekly news if you want to watch it, if you haven't already. And so this film also really shows like the creative direction of the collection. So we have like these 3 worlds that we created in collaboration with 3 different motion graphic artists. So we have Matt Davies, and he created like the first gold world. We have Jeffrey, what is his alter ego again? Yellow Sesame, and he did the second world. And then we have M Sistema, Mark, who has created the third world. And so starting from this video, it's really also leading our creative direction for our collections. And so that's what we're preparing now, is our first edition of NFTs. So we're going to be showing that film in New York during the Fashion Week. I'm not totally sure yet how it will look, but it will be another opportunity to reach a new audience. As well as tomorrow, we're going to be showing it with the other round, Phoebe Heiss. I hope I'm saying it correctly. So Gabriel offered for us to also show the film. So they're going to be projecting it in Nuremberg, Germany. And so having a really cool event for that tomorrow. So people in Germany will get to see the film, and now some Americans, my people from afar, will get to see the film. So yeah, and so lately, as we're creating our core team, we're thinking about like, what is Altarage? What is the purpose? And so I went back to kind of the fundamentals of Altarage and kind of like, why are we here? So the main thing that we're doing that not many other people are doing is phygital. And so what that is really optimizing the product format based on the world. So at the start of this, I came up with this formula called Metarality. And so it's basically 3 worlds that we have and optimizing our products based on each world. So we have IRL, which is the physical world. We're definitely like constrained by this. We're looking for things like more around comfort. And then also we have all these problems with fashion. And so that's what we're trying to fix, as far as never making a product physically unless somebody wants it, and making sure it's made in a really sustainable and circular way. So that's really like where I started with this whole journey of creating Altarage. And then the second part is ORL. So then that's about overlaying filters and kind of using augmented reality to amplify physical. So for instance, you would buy like one shirt that you really love and then use a filter every season, every collection to amplify it and get new life out of like one kind of physical product. And so then the third is LTL, which we recently kind of updated. So LTL means larger than life. And so these collections are digital only, which is honestly not our focus right now, but then we are going to use it as a way to collaborate with the Global Designer Network. So we are currently working with 3 designers to create like a capsule collection. And so that will be digital only. And then we're going to be selling that like as NFTs together on the Digital X platform. So we'll be showing that for New York, the Realm Runway events. And so that is, Chesh, what day is it again? It's February. Oh, I think I didn't.
Yeah, 11th February.
Okay, 11th. I read it down. Cool. So those are kind of 2 big things we have coming. And as well, we're also preparing for to create our first collection. So it's going to be focused on one physical product and then paired with a bunch of different AR filters. And so we'll be saying more on that soon in the next couple weeks or so. So the other thing that we are starting and that I've been speaking about before is this idea of different memberships of Altarage. So one in specific that we really believe is important to kind of follow this DAO-like structure is this idea of spheres. So the other major problem with fashion is how a company works internally. So normally if you're working at a brand, you have a manager and then they're really like kind of directing everything you do. And then there's just kind of one above each other. And so we're trying to remove that barrier. We still are having leaders, but then making it more of like kind of an open way for the community to directly engage across different types of spheres. So which are essentially like departments of a fashion brand. So we recently relaunched our governance token called Esquil. And so now this is launched, we're starting to organize our core team to create leaders for each sphere. And so as we're organizing this, we're going to be writing up different tasks for each sphere. And then the community will have the opportunity to complete these tasks. And so once someone has completed 3 tasks successfully and kind of like been approved, they will be onboarded into their sphere and then receive that like NFT membership token, as well as just have the benefits of upskilling together, learning together, and just building the first Web3 fashion label collaboratively. So let's see. So then with that is a challenge that we're launching to have the opportunity to start to earn Esquil. So this will be like kind of our first test of how we are also learning the process of creating tasks, organizing with the Discord bot, which we still have to implement, and then allocating that governance token to those who have earned it. So let me share my screen and I can show you more about this like competition. So let's see. Computer is really slow. Share. All right, you guys can let me know if you can see or not. There we go. Is it okay for you guys? Let me see. Hello, hello? Can you hear me? It's okay? You guys see?
I can see myself now.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, it's okay. Cool. So, I'll also post this in the channel. It's in the Alter Fan channel is where it will be posted. So we're starting our first design challenge. So this is how you will be able to get involved with Alter Spheres, be the first to earn Esquil, and then those selected will be receiving that all like kind of as an NFT. So I don't know if everyone knows already what are the different types of memberships. So I'll just kind of go over the ones that are like that matter right now. So the point of like these different Epi NFT memberships is to also function as a role in the future. Like we're becoming a DAO, we're not yet a DAO, but that will also determine your role. It's a collectible NFT. It's also stakeable within the DigitalX ecosystem, and also very beautiful as designed by, and the digiturials are all done by Stella, which were inspired by different minerals and gemstones. So they also have like a special meaning behind each one. So right now we're kind of creating Alter Core. So these are the leaders of each sphere. It's not meant to be a hierarchy. It's meant to be just a way to organize and start to come together around a common goal. And so the one that we're talking about today is Alter Sphere. And we had a vote about what should we call this, kind of like these different parts, different guilds of the Alter ecosystem, and we came up with Sphere. So, let this load. So this is, yeah, like really a new way to organize, I think, a fashion label. And so each sphere is led by an Alter Core member. We still have like a couple more roles like within community that we're going to be looking for if anybody is also interested to leading that as an Alter Core member. And so in order to be onboarded and kind of be a part of Altersphere, Alter fans, which is just anyone who joins the Discord is immediately an Alter fan, has the opportunity to gain the token by completing 3 tasks. And so then they'll be rewarded with the S-Pool governance token, and then those tasks kind of have to be approved within our grading system, because the spheres are about community interaction, but it's also about like upskilling and learning from each other, because those who have been selected for Alter Core are really like the top of their field and their domain. So and the fact that this industry is so new, and we're all really building it together. So the mineral is called Alter Lunar, and it's based around like this opal, something that is emotional, releases inhibitions, and encourages freedom and independence. So we have kind of this story that goes with each one. So then I've gone through this before in like previous sessions. So then these are the different spheres. We are focusing on Alter Community and Alter Showcase to get started, because right now, to become even more like a DAO and even more balanced, we have to find different ways to reach our 2 kind of core communities, which are the fashion industry and then this more kind of crypto NFT crowd. So we have Alter Community, and there's kind of 2 segments within that. There's Mod Connect, and so that would be moderating the Discord, posting on different social media channels, and then you have Mod Crea, which is about creating like creative visual content starting from our assets. And so that's the first, and then the other important one is Alter Showcase. So that's figuring out how do we present the additions and then the product of Altirage. And then the other ones, we have like Edition and Capsule, and that is going to be more from rewarded with a sales profit share model instead of the S-Pool. We have Alter Tech, which is running super well, and Stella's leading that, and we're figuring out how do we get ownership again over creating filters, and so doing that in like an open source format. So that's really exciting. We have Alter Web 3, which is more right now about strategy, but eventually we'll also be incorporating more of like a technical side. And then Alter Anarchy, which is about promoting, partnering, and funding different causes that we are selecting 2 times per year. And Alter Infinity is about kind of like circular product development, but that one's not really launched yet. So that will be coming more when we have like actual physical product. But that is something we want to take slowly because we don't want to have the same problem as we do in the physical world. So then for this challenge, so this is like the first opportunity to earn S-Pool. And so there's 2 sides to the challenge. So it's about how do we now start to kind of identify and show that we're a part of these Alter spheres. And I was inspired initially by what we have for the GDN PFP frame. I thought it was really nice how you can still show your PFP, but then have like kind of this affiliation around it. So the idea is breaking it into 2 parts. So I would guess it should maybe be done on 3D instead of something in just Photoshop, since there's a 2D and a 3D element. So the first part is the 2D. So then this has to be fitting inside a circle of what would be the Discord profile picture. And so the format that we would need for that is just like a simple PNG. So then that kind of texture, that frame would be on a transparent background. So then anyone can easily overlay it over their profile picture. So really similar to what we did with GDN. But then the second part of that is having that made in 3D, and then we will adapt it to be an AR filter. It could be even really cool to find a way to add an element of animation to it, to make it really cool. Even so now we can use this, we'll do it through Snapchat. And so we can do it and use it on our calls. People can wear their Alter Sphere frames digitally as well. So That's the challenge. And so whoever is kind of selected, so there are 7, so 1 per sphere. So it can be possible to start with, I want to make it for the specific sphere, or just generally. It should kind of be around this mood of the space, kind of sphere, solar kind of feeling. And so whoever is selected, the 7 that are selected, will then be the first to earn the Esquil governance token, and then also will be accepted into your chosen sphere, depending on which one you are most interested in. And then we'll receive the Alter Sphere NFT token, which is like the role as I showed in the first slide, as well as like the PFP in 2D and then the filter in 3D. So that's the challenge, and I'm gonna post that in the channel below. I think it's gonna be in Alter Fans. So yeah, that is that, and we'll open it up today. We'll see how long. I'm not sure how many people initially are gonna know about it yet, but we'll keep it open until enough people know about it, and see how it goes. And so we still need a bit more time to really organize and develop the different spheres with the different leaders. But this is how we can start to prepare the rat. So yeah, that's all I had for today. Does anyone have any questions about the competition, contest, anything else?
So the competition will not be like for New York City, but it goes beyond it, right? Because you want to keep it open and see how many people are participating.
Yeah.
Because you're creating like 3D digital models also.
It's just like a PFP frame. And so then that PFP frame is either going to be a PNG that's overlaid onto your profile picture, or then adapted to be into a filter. And so the point of it is then to kind of launch Alter Sphere. So it's really a way to show affiliation based on your sphere, as well as receiving that like as an NFT, and also starting the allocation of the Esquil governance token. So
the PFPs will only be in this framework of Alter Sphere.
Exactly. Yeah. So kind of like the same idea as how we have our GDN ones. And it's also good because you can change your profile picture based on the Discord server. So we can still keep our GDN one. So hey, Catherine.
But not on Twitter though.
Yeah, you'll have to decide. Or you can put it 2 rings. You can have one on the inside and then one on the outside.
I don't know how good that looks, but if it's a gold ring, is it a gold ring which goes transparent? Because then you kind of can merge it if it has this transparent.
Yeah, maybe it's nicer if it's more of like a texture versus something like super solid, because then it might be easier.
But I also think it's just part of the game, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone can make his own frame and should maybe. So that's fine. For me, GDN is a realm for itself.
Yeah, exactly.